Hello and welcome to this video essay examining the thrilling world of not competitive hot dog eating, though I understand that has its own dedicated fan base, international sports, and their strange symbiotic relationship with global tourism. That's right, folks, from the FIFA World Cup to the Olympics, these events do more than just entertain. They transform host cities and countries, leaving behind a legacy that stretches far beyond the final whistle. Think of it like this. These tournaments are basically giant temporary theme parks for adults, except instead of overpriced churros and animatronic mice, you've got overpriced beers and, well, sometimes actual mice, depending on the state of the stadium. But the point is, people travel from all corners of the globe to be a part of the action, and that, my friends, is where the magic happens. Because where there are massive crowds of sports fans, there's money to be made, and lots of it. So strap in as we unpack how these mega events inject billions into the global economy, all while showcasing the best and occasionally the most baffling that host nations have to offer. Let's start with the obvious, shall we? Major events like the FIFA World Cup, Olympics, and yes, even the Cricket World Cup, which, let's be honest, is a sentence I never thought I'd say with a straight face. These events attract millions of fans worldwide. We're talking about a level of human migration that would make birds on their annual journey south look downright indecisive. And these visitors aren't just content with sitting in stadiums, politely clapping at strangers for a few weeks. Oh no, they're out there exploring host cities and surrounding regions with the kind of reckless abandon that only comes from a potent cocktail of jet lag, national pride, and easy access to public transportation. And all of that adds up to one thing, a massive temporary spike in tourism. We're talking about hotels booked solid, restaurants overflowing with hungry fans, and local businesses suddenly finding themselves, perhaps for the first time ever, on the receiving end of a truly global customer base. It's a beautiful, chaotic, and often slightly sticky whirlwind of economic activity. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the very expensive, meticulously designed, stadium-shaped elephant in the room. Hosting a global sporting event costs a small fortune. We're talking about billions upon billions of dollars poured into infrastructure projects that would make even the most ambitious pharaoh blush. Host countries are essentially engaging in a high-stakes game of SimCity, frantically building and upgrading stadiums, transport systems, and hotels in a race against the clock. And while, yes, some might argue that the money could be better spent elsewhere, like, I don't know, healthcare, education, literally anything else, you can't deny the long-term benefits of these infrastructure improvements. Because once the crowds have gone home and the confetti cannons have fallen silent, those shiny new stadiums and public transportation systems don't just magically disappear. They remain a lasting legacy for the host city, ready to accommodate future tourists and improve the lives of local residents. It's like throwing a massive party and realizing afterwards that, hey, you actually kind of like having nice furniture. But here's the thing about international tournaments that often gets overlooked amidst all the sporting drama and questionable refereeing decisions. They're actually a pretty fantastic opportunity for cultural exchange. Think about it. You've got people from every corner of the globe converging on a single location, all united by their love of the beautiful game, or, synchronized swimming, or whatever it is that floats their respective boats. Suddenly, national borders seem less like impenetrable barriers and more like, well, slightly porous suggestions. Visitors are exposed to local traditions, cuisine that doesn't come from a franchised food store, and historical sites that haven't been Disneyfied. And sure, there will inevitably be some cultural faux pas along the way, like that time an American tourist tried to pay for a gondola ride in Venice with Monopoly money, but for the most part it's a chance for people to connect on a human level. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, those connections can help foster a greater sense of global understanding and empathy. Or at the very least, it might inspire some interesting new fusion cuisine. Either way, it's a win-win in my book. Let's be honest, in the global arena, countries are basically enormous, geographically defined brands, all vying for attention and investment. And what better way to boost your brand image than by hosting a massive, internationally televised sporting event? Think of it like this. Hosting a global tournament is like giving your country a multi-billion-dollar PR campaign, except instead of hiring a shady marketing firm, you're letting highly trained athletes do the talking for you. Countries like South Africa, with the FIFA World Cup in 2010, and Japan, with the Rugby World Cup in 2019, saw a significant increase in tourism post-event, all thanks to the positive exposure they received on the world stage. Suddenly, these countries weren't just places on a map. They were vibrant, welcoming destinations with state-of-the-art facilities and a newfound reputation for knowing how to throw a bloody good party. It's the kind of image makeover that money simply can't buy. Well, technically it can, but you get the point. Here's a little secret that might surprise you. Many travelers who visit a country for a major sporting event often end up returning for a second helping of whatever that country has to offer. That's right, they become repeat customers. Think about it. You've already invested the time and money to travel to a new destination, so why not go back and explore it at your own pace, without the pressure of having to catch a game every 5 seconds. It's like that saying, you always want what you can't have, except in this case, what you can't have is thousands of other sweaty tourists vying for the same overpriced taxi. And let's not forget about the enduring appeal of sports-related tourism, stadium tours, sports museums, and even those slightly creepy halls of fame dedicated to obscure athletes. These attractions continue to draw in visitors long after the final whistle has blown, providing a steady stream of revenue for the host city. Now, let's talk about the real winner in all of this, the local economy. Because when millions of tourists descend upon a city, they don't just bring their boundless enthusiasm and questionable fashion choices, they bring their wallets. And those wallets are about to get a serious workout. Increased spending on accommodations, dining, shopping, and entertainment translates into a much-needed boost for local businesses, many of which may have been struggling to stay afloat in our increasingly turbulent global economy. But the benefits don't stop there. The ripple effects of this tourism boom extend far beyond the immediate beneficiaries, creating a surge in job creation in sectors like hospitality, transportation, and retail. It's like dropping a Mentos into a bottle of Diet Coke, except instead of a sticky explosion, you get a refreshing surge of economic activity. So, the next time you watch an international sports tournament, remember, it's not just about the game. It's about the lasting impact on tourism and the economy. It's about the countless jobs created, the cultural exchanges fostered, and the memories made. It's about the way these events have the power to bring people together, even if it's just to collectively marvel at the sheer athleticism, or, to argue about whether that last goal should have counted. Ultimately, these tournaments serve as a powerful reminder that sports, for all their flaws and occasional absurdity, can be a force for good in the world. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, they can even inspire us to be a little more welcoming, a little more understanding, and a little less likely to start a fight over a disputed penalty kick. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights.